no job, pregnant, raising a toddler. This is what an ordinary day looks like for me in rural Vietnam. Hi everyone, I'm Hoa. I'm 26 years old, expecting my second baby, raising my little boy, and currently unemployed. After losing my job, I moved back to my parents' home in a small village in northern Vietnam. Right now, they are supporting me and my children while I focus on taking care of my family. This morning it was raining heavily, but my parents still left early to work in the rice fields. My son and I didn't wake up until around 7, so we kept breakfast simple with instant noodles. One thing I love about living here is that fresh herbs grow all around our house. I only have to step outside to pick a handful for breakfast.
Đi chậm thôi, đi chậm thôi.
I love eating on our front porch. It's cool, peaceful, and I can enjoy the beautiful countryside while we eat. My son doesn't get instant noodles very often, so today felt like a special treat for him. He's still learning to use chopsticks, so he usually eats with a spoon or his hands. I let him feed himself because I want him to become more independent. After breakfast, I wash the dishes and clean the house. Rainy days keep the dust away, so cleaning is much easier. Then I cut open a jackfruit that my mom picked from the tree in our yard a couple of days ago. It's jackfruit season, so it's incredibly sweet. I try not to eat too much, though, because I'm being careful about gestational diabetes during pregnancy. Around noon, the rain finally stopped, so I walked to the rice fields to check on my parents. My mom was still transplanting rice seedlings while my dad was carrying more seedlings across the field. All around us, our neighbors were busy planting rice too. For lunch, I found a few fish in the refrigerator and decided to fry them. My little boy wanted all of my attention, so I cooked while keeping an eye on him.
Đây mẹ lật này cho tôi. Nào nào đừng đi ra đây, bỏ.
One thing I really appreciate about village life is that we rarely need to buy vegetables. My mom grows so many different kinds in our garden. Today I picked a fresh sponge gourd for soup. Because we've had so much rain recently, I also found a few wood ear mushrooms growing on an old fallen tree nearby. They were perfect to cook with the soup. This type of sponge gourd has a wonderful aroma and a naturally sweet flavor. In my village, we usually stir-fry it or cook it into a simple soup. Today, I'm going to make soup with a few fresh wood ear mushrooms I picked nearby. I love meals like this because almost everything comes straight from our garden, fresh, simple, and almost free. I used some leftover pork from yesterday's meal so nothing goes to waste. First, I cooked the pork until a little of the fat rendered out, then sautéed some garlic until fragrant before adding the sponge gourd. After seasoning it lightly, I poured in some water. As it cooks, the sponge gourd releases its natural sweetness, giving the soup a light and delicious flavor. I also found a few eggs in the refrigerator. My mom told me she had collected them while working in the garden, so I decided to cook them for lunch as well. Instead of frying the eggs the usual way, I gently scrambled them in the pan. This keeps them soft and fluffy, which my little boy prefers because he doesn't like eggs when they're too dry. Today's lunch for our family of four cost almost nothing. Most of the ingredients came from our garden or were leftovers from yesterday's meal, so we simply made the most of what we already had.
Nhà vào tận đây. Hả? Ra.
Thì khám phá không hết. Đó. Mama nicht. Srum.
Đây, cầm đi, cậu ơi. Mắm đi.
Mắm đi con ơi.
Mắm đi.
Ừ.
Này cháu không nhiều đấy. Hả?
Nhiễu nhỉ. Có nhiễu sự.
Ông với bà chả cho đi chơi phèo suốt ngày.
Đây đây.
Thôi ăn oi chứ. Đấy.
Có đây.
After lunch, my mom, my son, and I took some rice to be puffed into a traditional Vietnamese snack. It's a childhood treat that many people in the countryside grew up with. Years ago, people usually made it with just rice or corn mixed with a little sugar. Life is a bit more comfortable now, so there are many more ingredients to choose from. Today, though, I'm only adding some mung beans because I love the simple, traditional flavor. When I was a child, each village usually had only 1 or 2 puffing machines. My friends and I would ride our bicycles 4 or 5 kilometers just to make this snack. It was always something we looked forward to. Nowadays, more families own these machines, so it's much easier to find one nearby. By the time I got home, my dad had just returned from cutting grass for our cows. Life in the countryside is simple. There isn't always something exciting happening, but these quiet moments with my family are the ones I treasure the most. Thank you so much for spending the day with me in rural Vietnam. I hope you enjoyed seeing a small part of my everyday life. If you'd like to join me again, I'll see you in the next video as I continue sharing my journey through motherhood and village life. Until then, take care and see you next time.